we wake, hear the bird.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share about my motherhood experience and our little miracles, Saki, Maria and Zavian. Everyone says becoming a mother is one of the most painful things in the world. But for me it was different all the three times. I did not have even the slightest back pain, any craving, never omitted any time, and it was a smooth and beautiful journey. Not everyone has labor pain, nausea, cravings, or back pain during pregnancy. I am one such person, and I did not have any of these pains during the whole terms and had a very smooth and beautiful journey with Saki, Maria, and Zavian. I do not know if I can say that I was lucky or attribute it to my genes, but I know that God has been merciful and blessed us with our little miracles. With John cracking jokes, Zach's delivery was more like fun, though Maria's ended up in C-section, and because Maria's was C-section, Zavian's was C-section too. All throughout our journey was beautiful, and I believe that they are our little miracles, especially since I've had a backbone surgery and I have taken two of my discs, and I have also done a backbone fusion a couple of decades ago. And I also have multiple fibroids too, which did not cause me any pain all throughout my pregnancy or throughout my life. I've never had any pain associated with my fibroids too. In this video, I am sharing my pregnancy, labor and delivery experience when Saki, Maria and Zavy were born. It is their birth stories. I was working full time at that point of time, and when I was carrying Saki, and as one of our friends suggested, we got in touch with Dr. Stephen Hoffman, who is an amazing OBGYN. He was taking care of us for all three of them and all three of the pregnancies, and he took good care of us all throughout the three pregnancies. As I was 38 at that time, I think I was considered a high-risk pregnancy, and I also told about the backbone surgery that I did a few years ago to him. I was around 22 or 23 when I underwent the backbone surgery, and that was another miracle too. I will share about it sometime. Those days I had a backbone fusion and got two discs removed. So I had a doubt if I will have any back pain or related issues during pregnancy because of that. But to my surprise, I did not have any back pain or nausea or craving or omitted any time during the pregnancies. Other than the growing belly, I did not have any kind of discomfort, and other than the back surgery, I also had a tiny little fibroid around 3 centimeters, which we found out during the scan at that point of time, and it was growing too. But only thing was the doctor was monitoring the fibroid during the ultrasound, and it reached around 10 centimeters and stopped growing. They also found a couple more, but none of them gave me any issues. So the pregnancy went on smooth, and the due date, nothing was happening. So we went to the doctor's office, and he asked us to get admitted the next day to get induced. To go to the hospital and get admitted and induced the next day. Evening of the due date, we went to the airport to pick up my sister, her husband and her newborn 2-month-old baby. And my parents were also starting from India around that same time. The next day, that is one day after the due date morning, we were roaming around in the new Gandhi Park that was just inaugurated those days. We went around the park, and then we came back home and got ready to go to the hospital. By evening, we went to the hospital and got admitted. and they checked and I was already dilated 2 centimeters and I didn't know if any contractions were happening. So we were told not to eat any solid food and they gave us some ice popsicles to suck. They also gave us some something known as a delivery ball where you can sit on to help get the labor started and help increase the dilation. Every time the nurse comes to check me, I used to look at the instrument there and the nurse will look at the graph and tell me if contractions were happening, because I really was not getting any kind of pain at that point of time.
In life, call us crazy, but things are fine.
I was not at all knowing if contractions were happening. I didn't have any pain or know if anything was happening at all. She will look at the graph and tell me if contractions were happening. Otherwise, I was not knowing at all. After reaching around 5 centimeter, with the help of the huge ball, they asked if I wanted epidural and I took epidural. By the time it was early morning next day, we continued using the ball and my husband kept cracking some joke or the other and we kept checking if I was ready for labor. And all this while I didn't know any pain. By evening I went into active labor and then I did not know anything and have any pain. But very lightly at times I could feel the contractions happening but no pain at all. It was a kind of a pull but no pain at all. It was kind of the belly tightening and then loosening. My husband and my sister were permitted to be in the room and my husband kept on cracking some jokes or the other and the nurses and my sister and I were laughing too. The environment was very light and everything was in a happy-go-lucky mood. Here in the US, it is not necessary that the doctor whom you see at the doctor's office or whom you have been seeing all throughout your pregnancy come for the delivery. It can be another doctor who is on duty at that point of time. So for my delivery, it was another doctor who was supposed to take the delivery. So at the hospital, whoever is the duty doctor at that point of time comes for the delivery. So the doctor came in too, and in between all the laughs and jokes, Zavy was born through normal delivery. I didn't have any pain, and that's the story of how Zavy was born.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.
After Zavy was born, they gave skin to skin immediately.
Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future.
And then I noticed that Zavy got a green thing near his mouth and nose area. They took him to clean, and since there was doubt whether it had gone into his mouth, and his oxygen level was also a little fluctuating, he was immediately moved to the NICU, and he was in the NICU for a couple more days under their care. We were back to the room and we're backing back and forth between the NICU and our room all the time, and we were staying with Zavy in the NICU too. After monitoring him for 2 days and getting his oxygen level back to normal, he was shifted to our room and we got back home on the 4th day.
Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
And both my sister and family and my parents were there at home.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
So that is the story about Zaki's delivery, and this was a normal delivery. And then after a couple more years, Maria was born, and this is how Maria's story went. Again, I had a smooth pregnancy all throughout my journey with Maria. I did not have any nausea, vomiting, or back pain, and we went for all the regular visits to the doctor's office. Every time we were doing a sonogram, doctors were also checking the fibroids that I had earlier. Now at this point of time, we were seeing only one fibroid. We were not able to see the other fibroids for some reason, and maybe it would have gone, or we don't know. So there was only one fibroid. It had gone to around 10 centimeters and it had stopped its growth. It was not growing any further. It had kind of solidified. And the due date came this time again and nothing was happening. So we were, this time since Saki was also there with us, like I was taking care of Saki too, and I was all throughout engaged. And so we were asked to come to the hospital one day after the due date again to get induced. So we were planning to do a normal delivery, and hence we went to the hospital packed for a normal delivery. This time my parents could not travel, and my sister was also not in the US. And sister and family were also not in the US at that point of time. And it was just us alone with Saki. So here kids are not allowed to be in the labor room during the labor and delivery period. Every other time the kids are allowed, except for during the labor time, kids are not allowed. We had a couple of friends who came to the hospital and Saki was hanging out with them. We reached the hospital, I think after lunch, and they started the procedure to induce. I was not having any kind of labor pain. They asked me if I wanted epidural, and I said I can have it, and they started giving me the epidural. But only my left part of my body was getting numb. The right side of the body was not getting numb for some reason, maybe because of the backbone surgery that I had a few years ago and the position at which the epidural was given. Only my one side was getting numb. So they gave me one more round of epidural, and I suddenly felt like vomiting and my pressure was going down. And the baby's heartbeat also started going down. When my pressure was going down, the baby's heartbeat started going down. And in the next couple of minutes, everything happened very soon and very fast. My husband was called in and I was rushed for the emergency C-section. It just happened in 5 minutes. Because the baby's heartbeat was going down, they had to rush me, and they got the C-section done very fast. Very soon they took the baby out. And that was unexpected because we went for normal delivery. And we stayed, because it was C-section, we stayed at the hospital 4 days. The baby was normal, everything was fine. We came back to our the room. It's thanks to our friends, especially Savresh and Abby. Abby stayed with me for 2 days during those 4 days at the hospital. I think 3-4 days we stayed at the hospital, and Abby stayed with me at night for 2 days, and morning my husband and Saki used to come back and they used to stay with me. And we went back home on the 4th day.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
By God's grace, we could get a live-in nanny at that point of time, and she was there to help me. For around 1 month, she was there at home to help me with everything, because I also had Saki to take care, and they only have a gap of 2 years between Saki and Maria. Then came Zavy. Because Maria's delivery was a cesarean, Savy's delivery was also cesarean, because we were told that we cannot have a normal delivery after one cesarean, and especially because of my age and the way they do the cesarean, the way they cut the cesarean, I could not have another normal delivery and I was asked to do C-section. So again, all throughout my journey with Zavian, I did not have any kind of pain. I did not have nausea, vomiting or back pain, even though I had two babies and I was continuously working all throughout, taking care of them, running after them, but I did not have any back pain too. And it was a smooth pregnancy. We went for our Zavy is coming and watching me from there. So we were going for the regular visits and the doctor was clearly monitoring the fibroid this time too. There was no change this time too, and since Maria's was a C-section and it was already decided we will have to do the C-section, we were given the date one day out. I mean, the due date came as usual and I did not have any pain. Our C-section was scheduled for the next day, and after my due date, this time my sister and family was here and they came, and evening of the due date we had a small get together. We spent some time with friends and the next day morning we went to the hospital. So again, since it was a C-section, they just proceeded with the C-section and Zavy was born.
Side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So, like the two previous pregnancies, I did not have any pain or back pain or nausea or vomiting. And once Zavy was born, we were in the hospital for 4 days because it was a C-section. And other than the pain related to the C-section, because they cut for the C-section, I didn't have any other pain and it healed immediately too. As soon as I came, this very next day itself I started cooking and was back to normal. My sister was there for one more day after the C-section.
We don't need no more.
So that's the story of Zaki, Maria and Zavy, and everything was smooth. One thing I wanted to say about related to the back pain is that all throughout the journey and all throughout Zaki, Maria and Zavy's, since they were born and before they were born, we got a Tempur-Pedic mattress. I do not know if that helped, but that's a firm Tempur-Pedic mattress which we have been using, and I did not have back pain. I think that helped too. So I will give a link, provide the link. We actually got it from Mattress Firm and we have been using it continuously even before Zaki was born. Like we got it 1 year or 1.5 years before Zaki was born, and that really helped me with the back pain, I think, because I didn't plus I did not have back pain all throughout this since I've had my surgery, backbone surgery, but this helped, I think. Maybe it will help others too, so I'll provide the link to that particular mattress. It's a little on the pricey side, but it definitely helped, because I was thinking that during pregnancy I will get back pain, but I did not get it. After they were born, I also did some research to find out why some women don't have labor pain. As I said, maybe it's because of my genes, or maybe because I have heard from my mother that she did not have any labor pain when I was born, and all throughout my life I used to think I wouldn't have any pain, and I started thinking and believing that way. My younger sister also did not have any back pain. She is a doctor. She also did not have any labor pain. My middle sister did have. So maybe it's something related to the genes too. We did not have my younger sister. She did not take epidural also, and she did her delivery in India. Both the times she had two babies, and she did not have labor pain. But my second sister, she had it. She has one baby, and she had it. And when I did my research, I happened to read about something known as hypnotic childbirth, and I also read about supernatural childbirth. And it is kind of a self hypnosis and making your mind believe that it is going to be painless. And it seems that it is practiced by some people too. I was not aware of it at that point of time, and I subconsciously all my life believed and thought that it will be painless. It became painless. So maybe because of that, so I do not know whether it was related to the genes or whether it was just God's mercy, or it was because I believed. So maybe this will help people in future. So that's the reason I decided to create this video, and I also wanted to record it for my kids, for Zaky, Maria and Zavy, for them to listen in future. That's why I recorded this video. Maybe I will write about it in detail too, and hope it will inspire someone and remove fears associated with labor and delivery. And not just for labor. If you believe something strongly with your whole mind, body, and spirit, it happens and becomes a reality. It has happened with me many times, not just related to surgery, but many times. I have had dreams that has turned into reality, and I will talk about it and share videos about it too. This is a lesson that life has taught me many times, but still I forget at times. For all who are watching this video, never give up on anything that you want to do in life, and believe that you will achieve it, and you will definitely achieve it. So that's all what I have to say in this video. Hope you like this video, and do remember to watch my channel, give your feedback. Hope this will help a lot of people. Watch our channel. Please give us a like, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell icon to receive more updates and new videos from us. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.